Sometimes, a crime is so cruel, so tragic, and so senseless that it leaves behind not just a body, but an echo that reverberates through time, haunting the people who tried to find justice, breaking the hearts of those who remembered the missing face, and chilling the souls of those who never even knew her name. This is one of those stories. In the sweltering summer of 1992, in a quiet, rural corner of Texas, a man stumbled across something strange, an old refrigerator, dumped carelessly on the edge of a forgotten field, half swallowed by weeds. Curious, he opened it. Inside, beneath layers of garbage bags, was a horror that would haunt everyone who came near it. A young woman's body, folded, forgotten, frozen in time. There was no ID. No one reported her missing. No one knew her name. She was a Jane Doe. And for decades, she would be known only by a nickname as cold as her final resting place, the girl in the fridge. But 30 years later, science caught up with evil. Technology gave her a name. And the man who killed her? The man no one ever suspected. He couldn't run from the truth any longer. This is the heartbreaking journey of a girl erased by violence, ignored by the system, and rediscovered through DNA. A forensic miracle that brought a name back to the voiceless and justice to a soul long lost. Smith County, Texas, June 1992. The heat hung heavy, the kind that made the air taste like metal and dried your skin before you even sweated. A property owner, clearing brush on abandoned land, spotted something odd in the distance, an old fridge. Beat up, dented, sealed tight with duct tape, dumped like trash. It smelled. When the man opened it, he screamed. Inside, wrapped in black plastic and curled in a fetal position, was the mummified corpse of a teenage girl. She was clothed only in underwear and a t-shirt. The body had been preserved unnaturally by the sealed, humid conditions. She had bruises. Her neck showed signs of strangulation. Her skull had been fractured. This was no accident. Police arrived. The field was cordoned off. The fridge became a crime scene. But who was she? There were no missing persons matching her description. No ID. No purse. Her dental records didn't match any on file. Her face, young, swollen, traumatized, gave investigators nothing. She was given a moniker by media, the girl in the fridge. And just like that, her humanity faded into myth. Investigators worked tirelessly. Facial reconstructions were made. Her story ran in newspapers and on TV. People called in tips. But nothing panned out. She wasn't from the local area. Or if she was, no one admitted to knowing her. They looked into missing teens from other states. No match. She was estimated to be between 16 and 19 years old. Cause of death, blunt force trauma and manual strangulation. Time of death, 6 to 12 months before discovery. She had no dental fillings. Her teeth were in poor shape. There were signs of malnutrition. She may have come from a troubled home or even from homelessness. But no one came forward. And after a year, the leads ran dry. She was buried in a local cemetery under a headstone that read, "Unidentified female, found 1992. It was a quiet, anonymous end for a life that had once burned bright enough for someone to want to snuff it out. Over the next 3 decades, the case grew colder than the fridge she was found in. The lead detective retired. The physical evidence deteriorated. People moved on. New tragedies replaced the old. But some never forgot her. Local residents left flowers on her grave. Online sleuths formed threads, Reddit discussions, and Facebook groups. A few local journalists ran anniversary stories. But without new evidence, the case remained stagnant. Until DNA technology advanced. In 2020, Smith County authorities applied for federal grant funding to re-examine unsolved cold cases using forensic genealogy. They sent degraded biological material from the girl's remains to Othram Labs, a facility renowned for solving cases with trace amounts of DNA. And in 2022, they got a match. The DNA didn't link to a criminal. It linked to a relative, a second cousin from Louisiana who had uploaded her DNA to a genealogy site. From that match, genealogists built a reverse family tree. Within weeks, they narrowed the potential identities to a few names. Then just one, Tamara Bailey. Tamara was 17 when she vanished in late 1991. Her sister, Sheila, had tried to file a missing person report at the time, but police dismissed her. She's probably a runaway, they said. Girls her age do that. No investigation. No flyers. No follow-up. Sheila was devastated. But she never stopped searching. When authorities called her in 2022, she collapsed. After 30 years of unanswered questions, the weight of her sister's disappearance finally had form. A place, a date, a death. Tamara's grave was updated. Her name carved where there had once been none. Part 5. The Unlikely Monster, 9,000 words. Once Tamara was identified, detectives reopened the case. Her sister mentioned an older boyfriend Tamara had been dating at the time, a man named Carl Hargrove, nearly 20 years her senior. Carl was controlling, paranoid, abusive. When detectives tracked him down, now in his late 60s, living in rural Arkansas, they found a man with a new identity, a past full of violence, and a lie ready on his lips. But DNA didn't lie. A carpet scrap found in the original fridge, once thought useless, now revealed blood that matched both Tamara and Carl. Faced with the evidence, Carl confessed. He claimed they had fought, that Tamara was moody, that she tried to leave. So he snapped. He hit her, strangled her, and then, terrified, hid her body in the fridge. His words were flat, cold, like he was describing breaking a plate, not ending a life. He was arrested, charged, and eventually sentenced to life without parole. Sheila Bailey became the unexpected hero of the story. A woman who screamed into the void for 3 decades, ignored, dismissed, sidelined, but who never gave up. In interviews, she spoke of dreams where Tamara cried for help, of the guilt she carried, of the fury she felt every time someone told her to move on. She held a vigil at Tamara's updated grave. "She has a name now," she whispered. "She was never just the girl in the fridge. She was my sister." Tamara's story is one of many that forensic genealogy is now solving across the world. DNA doesn't forget. It stores truth, waiting to be unlocked. But her case also exposes how easily vulnerable people fall through the cracks. A teen girl, manipulated by an older man, dismissed by police, buried by indifference. How many others like her are out there? The lesson is painful but clear. Every missing person matters. Every voice should be heard. Tamara Bailey was 17. She had dreams, a sister who loved her, a life ahead. She was murdered, discarded, and nearly erased. But she was not forgotten. Not by her sister. Not by a few dedicated officers. Not by the technology that brought her back. If you watched this far, remember, behind every unsolved case is a person who mattered. A family who grieves. A name waiting to be spoken again. Share this story. Keep Tamara's memory alive. And if you know someone who's missing, speak. Fight. Never stop searching. Because sometimes, justice doesn't come right away. But when it does, it roars back like thunder. Subscribe to True Crime Hub for more real-life stories of justice, loss, and redemption. Together, we shine a light on the shadows.